Hello, so this is Danny from Danny Design Studio, and we are on our third project with my autumn class in a box. 7 projects in total, and this is the third project, and it's a mug gift box. So you can fit any size mug, and inside the secret is in the hole at the bottom that will hold your mug in place. Now I've tried it even with a very large mug or a small mug. If you've got a smaller mug, what you can do is it'll still hold it in place, but if you wanted to put tissue around it or something, because I find that when you go to Tesco's or Sainsbury's here in the UK, you've got a lovely mug, especially at Christmas, and you haven't got a nice box to put it in, so you could use lovely Christmas papers if you wanted to. Now this will hold, this is the mug I have purposely thought I would use to show you this is how big this can hold. So this will go in it. It's not the right shape, no, the bottom, but you can see that this will hold it. The handle, you know, just have to put it the other way slightly, but there we go. It's a lovely little mug box that you could gift somebody with for Christmas. So how to make it? There's a bit sort of, you need to know exactly how to put it all together. So you need the large 12 by 12 card. So this is like the scrapbooking card, but not the willow white. That's too thin. You need the basic white or any coloured card stock. Okay, so I have started this one, and it's exactly the same way of scoring it. So you start off with taking an inch off your 12 by 12, so you end up with 11 by 12 cardstock. Now that on the 11-inch side, you are going to check everything. So that's my 11-inch side. So the shorter side, that's when you're first scoring. So bring it along, and 6 inches, take the blade, cutting blade away, and you're going to score at 6 and 10.5. So you're just leaving a little tab. Now it's very important with the next step to get it right. So you want to end up with your tabs like this on this side together. Okay, so at the top and the right. So I am going to turn it 90 degrees to the left, and that's what will make my first tab at 1/2 inch. And then the 5-inch mark. I'm going to have to move this slightly. 5-inch mark and 9.5. So there we go. I've done a little template. This is my template. Can't get it on the paper or under the camera. So this is where I attach the 2 sheets, and you can just have a quick glimpse of what it looks like. So I just tend to follow that. So I'm going to fold and burnish all my score lines, if I can find the hiding. So hard to see the score lines as well. So all the papers in this class was Country Woods and some Christmas papers, which I'll explain in the next video. But these first 3 projects was all from Country Woods, so I used lovely bright colours for my first lot of projects, and I'm left with the sort of more neutral colours for these projects. But I guess it's what you put it with, and who it's for as well, because I still think they're lovely projects. And you can keep it neutral or brighten it up. So I've just scored everything. Now, looking at my template, I want, just checking that is, yeah, that is the right. Let's burnish this one. Right, so looking at my template, the first one will be with a little tab at the top and the left, and you've got the bigger sections here, and this smaller section here. So like a square to the left, 2 squares, 2 large rectangles, and then smaller rectangles at the bottom. Tab on the left, tab at the top. And this is where we are going to cut. So I'm going to cut a large pair of scissors, cut up the base. And this is my base. And then this side is where it's going to connect. So I only want this bit. Okay, so all of this is going to go. I'm going to cut it and then I'm going to show you. Going to cut the connections first. So what I've cut is, let's just show you. Take that away, it's white on white, can't see anything. So that is what I have taken away. Is that in camera shot? Just about. Okay, so you've got 2 squares, larger rectangle, 2 smaller rectangles at the bottom. You can just about see it. So this bit is a tab at the top. This bit I've taken away. That middle section is what you want to keep, so that is the tab. And then this bit, move it up, is I don't want this bit, so I've cut that little rectangle out. This is my tab. Okay, so I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. So see if you can see it. Tab at the top, tab at this left hand side, 2 squares, 2 rectangles, and 2 smaller rectangles at the bottom. So I'm going to do exactly the same as I've done with the other card. Try and cut as straight as you can. Cut this. Oops. No, that's what it looks like. Okay, tab at the top, I've cut. Keep this section because that's what you're going to connect it to the other piece, and this little rectangular bit at the bottom, I've taken it away. Okie dokie, so going to connect it like this. These two, that tab here, connect it there, like that. So it's a square to a large rectangle to a square. So making sure these align, and then I'm going to fold this tab over and glue. Glue doesn't want to come out. Don't want it to squidge everywhere. Oop. See? Moved. Okay, so let's put this back because it's my top is getting dirty with glue on it, and then it'll be hard to stick. So then we've cut, this is our base. This is our base, so hard to see. This is our base. Square, rectangle, square, rectangle. This is my top flap bit. Basically it's going to go around like this. So I want to cut, this is a flap and that is a flap. This is this bit, like that. Okay, so that I'm going to keep. Let's just cross. Flap, flap, keep. Let's concentrate on the 3 top bits first. That's going to be a flap, so I'm going to cut it at about roughly 1.5 inches. So I need to cut that down this side. There's a score line. I'm going to cut to that side of the score line because I don't want to see the score line, but as close to it as I can, as straight as I can, like that. Now that is a flap, so I made a mark 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to cut straight as I can. There. And I'm cutting this flap down to the second score line. So that's my top. These are 2 are flaps. I haven't cut this one down. So that I've made a mark like here, and I'm going to cut that down to like 1.5 inches. I've made a mark. You just need the thing to come up, don't you? Just get it all into the picture. So this is my top flap. These are the side ones. This is my connection. These are the bottom base rectangles. So this is going to come round like that. But I don't actually need this bit. Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you which bit I cut off. So that's the side flap. That's the top side flap. This whole piece here up to this line I don't need. I'm going to cut it off. Just working with such a big bit of paper. Card even. So you'll see how it's coming together. That's going to connect there. These are the side flaps and that's the top flap. Okay, so I am going to round it off with my corner rounder on these flaps here. Bring that there. This corner rounder is a bit useless. Yep, useless basically. I need to help myself with scissors. Just give it, even if it's a score, I'll finish it off with scissors. Just need a lot of strength. Hasn't done it very well, but not to worry. I will cut it. This bit as well. In fact, if you haven't got corner rounder, maybe you just want to do it with scissors. It might be easier. Just a little bit. You just need little scissors, I think. Last one, just to make it a little bit neater. So that is what you've got. It's going to come down. So I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to put DSP on there. Now I've cut it all already. So this is the top lid. Do that first, and remember when you do cut everything, don't forget to cut it in the same direction. Okay, so this is more of a neutral box that I've got. So you've got the side flaps, the top flap, this bit is all in the measurements that you've been given. So then front and back panel. So hard to get it off on the, so that you can see as well. Oh dear. I need one of those cameras that zoom out. But unfortunately, it's just an iPhone. I'm going to keep a little border around everywhere. And these are the front and back panels, and then the side panels are actually squares. And making sure I've got the direction right. So they're all the same. This is a bit of a tricky one because trying to get it all under in the camera shot, as well as getting the panels right. So that is going to come over there. Before I do that, I need a little lip here, and I have got an old retired 1-inch punch. This is my front, so I'm just going to punch a little hole centrally. Might be too deep actually. Never mind. That is going to go across here. This is my little tab that's going to attach the front of the box too. See, it's coming together, can't you? Can you see the top of the box? Like that. There. So, you need this to come together. Now you can see it doesn't come together completely, but we're going to rectify that and all will become clear. I'm going to put these two flaps in first, I think. Glue that, glue that, glue that, and then this bit. Bring that over. Making sure that that is all square, or rectangle rather. See, this is not quite glued down properly. I have to just do it off camera. It's just too big. Making sure that that's square. Okay, so then I have got a base for the box to make it stronger. That's going to go at the bottom. see that might need a little tweaking here. Just cut this lightly. And this bit, because that's slightly not allowing it to close properly. Just take a little bit off there. That's better. There. So you've got that little lip like that. Right, we need to do the inside now. So I've already cut that and then scored it on the outside. You burnish it. Something like that. And then these 4 little corners are all going to come off. So they'll just tuck into the box. And there we go, that's going to tuck in there. Just going to make sure it does tuck in. Yes, there we go. So that's going to tuck in, but you need to make a little circle at the bottom. So this is my mug. So what you need to do is measure the base of your mug. So whatever that is, you do need some circular dies. So I am using the deckled circle dies, and this one I found was the best. So you just have to make sure whatever circle you're using, it just about fits over the mug, so the mug can rest in that hole that you create. Okay, so just going to put that on here and a bit of tape, put that centrally, and that will go die cut through your machine. I'll just do that off camera. So you can use that for another project, a little circle you created, and that should fit your mug. So I'm going to put that at the bottom. Now if you've got any DSP left over, you might want to use it at the bottom, and then you can see it underneath the mug, but to be honest, I'm not too bothered. So there we go, that is your mug box. I'm going to have to do something to that, still not 100% right, but anyway, there we go. So what we need to do is create your little tag. So I'm going to use the leaves again, and I'm going to pick out the colours from here. So I've got basic grey and I think it's crushed curry, but I'm not sure. And then my tag used the large one, which is that one, I think. Yes, that one. So I'm going to do my leaf and the crushed curry. Just around the edges. And then maybe, I think basic grey is okay for the sentiment, but I'm not sure whether that will come out quite dark. So let's just put these on. I've got Hello Friend on here, which isn't straight. Photopolymer sometimes needs a little bit of time to settle. You put it in your grid paper and then see if that comes out okay. Then would I put grey on it, or would I put the yellow? I think I'm going to put a slightly light grey. Take out smoky slate. Take the harshness off. That will do. And then that will be nice with some dimensions on there. Pick it up. You could put it on the top if you wanted to. I'd like this. At the side, I think, and that will go there. So just a bit of glue on these ones, not those ones. Last but not least, some little gems. There. So, there we go. Got there in the end. That is the 2 boxes. Let's lift them up like that. Okay, thank you for joining me.